Lots to get to here to really parse what was a bizarre story that loomed over the first round of the draft last night. Will Brinson joins us now, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports. And Will, instead of talking about these two quarterbacks that went 1-2, instead of talking about UCLA linebacker Myles Jack, who went undrafted altogether, here we are talking about Laremy Tunsil, who in the months and weeks leading up, a lot of people had going first overall until moves were made to go up and get those two quarterbacks 1-2. But then moments before the draft began on Twitter, here comes this video purporting to show Tunsil smoking marijuana from what can only be described as a gas mask bong, and let the bizarre madness ensue. First of all, what was the league-wide response as we all saw this happening in real time?
I mean, Josh, can you,
No. The answer, all, you're going to ask me a question. The answer is no, Will. No.
I mean, well, first of all, a guy showed up to the draft in a crop top tuxedo shirt.
Ezekiel Elliott. Yep.
And we're not even talking about it.
No, we're not.
Because Larry Tunsil, I mean, I didn't expect to wake up this morning and be talking and use the word bong repeatedly on radio or on CBSN, and I'm sure you didn't either.
No.
And I mean, what a world. This is by far the strangest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I think I've got close to a decade's worth of covering NFL drafts, and I've never seen anything like this. The reaction when this video popped out obviously was, he got hacked. This is very bad. It shows someone's face. You can clearly determine who it might be. It's a video. It's very apparent what it is. And look, to Tunsil's credit, he owned it. But I believe Jason Lockenfor of CBS Sports reported that immediately Tunsil was he was taken off of boards by teams. The Ravens were very interested in taking Tunsil at number 6. They thought he would be a steal there. Certainly the Chargers were interested, even maybe at number 3, and he was off the boards immediately. And then the Instagram stuff pops up, and now Ole Miss is right back in the hay. They're under investigation, and suddenly they're forced to respond to this and say, well, we'll take a look at it, but the Instagram text of him,
right? So let's
money is a total mess.
Just to separate. So you have the video of the bong arise, and it actually arguably got even stranger for Laremy Tunsil. He falls to 13. One could argue he was lucky to go there. And then just moments after the Miami Dolphins make that selection, here comes on his Instagram account, again, texts that purport to show a conversation between Tunsil and a former coach at Mississippi, in which Tunsil asked for money to pay his rent, to pay his mother's light bill. And so, again, this may not now stick to Tunsil, who's a pro and would not have to cooperate with any NCAA investigation, but now Ole Miss is left holding the bag here.
Yeah, and literally, actually, I think is they're left holding the bag. And I mean, it's a nightmare for Ole Miss. For Tunsil, he already lost 7 games last year for impermissible benefits. So the stuff about exchanging cash doesn't matter now that he's in the NFL, unless the league wanted to set some very bizarre precedent. The thing he should have to worry about is potentially entering the substance abuse problem and the substance abuse program, excuse me. And that's what Miami will have to worry about too, because clearly the NFL is going to keep their eye on Tunsil. Look, I'm rooting for the young man because I think he got kind of a raw deal. Kids in college make stupid mistakes all the time. Yeah, I hate that it can wind up on your Twitter feed when you didn't put it out there and that it's being videotaped. But certainly he's got a second chance here with an organization that was willing to take a flyer on a talent. For Ole Miss, they are in hotter water than they were before, and you have to imagine that the NCAA will continue to put the clamps down on them.
Yeah, also have to imagine that every future NFL draft pick will be stepping away from social media, will be sure their passwords are not compromised. And I think with all due respect to Aaron Rodgers and Johnny Manziel, whose free falls had been the go-to stock footage for all NFL drafts to come, I think, as you mentioned, Will, we've seen the most bizarre yet. Will Brinson, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, we really appreciate the time.
Hey, anytime. Thanks, Josh. Have a great morning.